The room smelled of polished wood, flowers, and old money. I sat on the edge of the velvet chair, fingers clutching the armrests, heart thumping like a bass drum. My siblings were there too, all perfectly composed, but I could see it in their eyes. They were already scheming. Dad had died 2 weeks ago, suddenly, violently, leaving the kind of void only someone with power can make. Mom had left years ago, so there was no one to soften the edges, no one to say, "Don't do anything stupid." Just the four of us and the lawyer, who looked like he was already regretting the job. When he cleared his throat and began reading, I understood immediately that this wouldn't be straightforward. "To my children," he said, voice grave, "I leave the bulk of my estate, my assets, my homes, my investments, to the child who legally marries first." The room froze. I felt the cold sweep of fear, ambition, and disbelief. Each of us blinked, calculating. "Married," whispered Lily, my youngest sister. Her voice trembled slightly. Not with shock, I realized, but with excitement. She had been dating her high school sweetheart for just over a month. I could feel Tom, my older brother, shifting in his seat. He had been engaged before, but it ended badly. He had the connections, the charm. He could probably get someone to marry him within weeks if he wanted. I kept still, but my mind raced. I'd been dating Elliot for years, the only one who ever made me feel like I didn't have to fight constantly. But marriage? We had talked about it, but not like this. Not with millions of dollars dangling over our heads. The lawyer continued, "All children are eligible, but only the first to complete the legal formalities and notify my office will inherit. Any child found to be falsifying documentation or coercing another into marriage will forfeit eligibility." Lily's eyes gleamed. Tom's jaw tightened. I swallowed hard. We left the lawyer's office in silence, each of us privately screaming with thoughts we would never voice aloud. This was no longer a family mourning a father. This was a battlefield. Alliances would shift. Trust would evaporate. And I knew one thing for certain: none of us would emerge unscathed. On the way home, I felt Elliot squeeze my hand, smiling nervously. I wanted to tell him it wasn't about us anymore. That love had become a commodity overnight. But I stayed silent, because in this family, silence was the first weapon you learned to wield.